Hi, I'm Uriah Kaiser, publisher of Potomac Local, and we're out today covering our community like we do every day, but we are still focused on the election fallout and what it all means here in Virginia, and particularly our counties of Prince William, Stafford, and Manassas City, Manassas Park, Fredericksburg cities. The story in Virginia is not about Republicans putting up wins. As we all know, Virginia went handily for Kamala Harris in the presidential elections, and in Northern Virginia, it remained reliably Democratic. The blue counties, the blue cities, they performed very well. But the story in our area is how Republicans eroded the Democrats' leads. You know, this area has been strongly Democratic ever since going back about 10 years, especially during President Trump's first term. When he was elected and became president in 2016, inaugurated in 2017. Well, that year in 2017, Virginia elected another Democrat governor, Ralph Northam, and Democrats started posting wins in local elected offices and state level elected offices, and it had been that way, and it has been that way solidly ever since. But what we saw, we'll take Prince William County for instance, the state's second largest jurisdiction. Trump performed well there this election cycle, though he didn't win the county. Obviously, Kamala Harris won that county. He performed better in Prince William County than he ever has, and the Democrats lost ground in that county. When you compare 2024 to 2020, they lost about 7% in that county, and these populous counties in Northern Virginia, that translates to a lot of votes. So when you have a county of nearly 500,000 people, 7%, that's a lot of votes. Just south of Prince William, here in Stafford County, where we are right now, Kamala Harris performed much worse than Joe Biden did. Joe Biden won the county in 2020, but Kamala Harris beat out Trump in Stafford by only 285 votes. In 2020, Biden won by more than 6,000 votes, beating out Donald Trump. So what does all this mean? Well, that's what we're trying to find out. And so we've sent out emails to area political directors, the individual local parties in Prince William and Stafford counties, professors, talking to locally elected officials who are serving now. What does all of this mean for our area? And the questions that we ask them are, one, what will Democrats do to make up those margins that were lost in 2024 in the coming election? As you know, next year we have to elect a governor for the state. It'll be Glenn Youngkin's last year as governor, and so current 7th District Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, a Democrat, has indicated she will run for the Democrats in that role and for that seat. And it appears, and Winsome Sears, the current lieutenant governor, has already announced that she, in fact, is running for the Republicans to be the next Virginia governor to replace Glenn Youngkin. So the question is, what will Democrats do to make up that margin loss? And on the flip side, what will Republicans do to keep that energy when Donald Trump's not on the ballot? I mean, Donald Trump was a very well-known figure, national politician, and as we well know, more people tend to come out during national elections than they do for local elections. Matter of fact, next year's election in 2025 in Virginia is an off-year election. Virginia may be one. I believe it's Virginia and New Jersey are the only states that have elections next year in 2025. So the rest of the country will not be thinking about an election. Most of the country is electioned out and tired of it. But as you well know, being a Virginia resident, we have an election every year. And so we don't ever get a break from elections, but that's okay. That's the Commonwealth that we have. And so that's why we ask these questions and cover these stories. So what do you think? Do you think the Republicans can keep up the energy that we saw on Tuesday, giving Donald Trump a landslide victory into the White House and flipping the Senate? The House, we're waiting on details about the House. That is now still too close to call, but we are still awaiting details on that and seeing what will happen there. What do you think? Will Republicans be able to keep up that energy politically and take this momentum into next year's Virginia gubernatorial election? Does this bode well for Winsome Sears, their current Republican lieutenant governor in Virginia? She aims to be the first female governor, and would be the first female governor and the first black governor. I take that back. Doug Wilder was the first black governor. She would be the first black female governor, the first female governor. Got to get our superlatives correct before you guys start correcting me in the comments. And and what should Democrats? The other question is, what should Democrats be doing to make up some of those margins that that were eroded on Tuesday during this 2024 election? What do they need to do? Are they listening to the candidate? Are they listening to the people? Are they talking about kitchen table issues? Obviously, this election was a lot based on the economy, and are Democrats listening? I've talked to a few people for our story, and they're telling me that as Democrats, they need to kind of redo their messaging. They're not connecting, and that explains why Trump won on messages like the economy, like inflation, like security, the border. These are kitchen table issues, and Republicans are clearly connecting better with voters on a national level. And so what do Democrats need to do locally to get that messaging across as we look into 2025 and the gubernatorial election in Virginia? So please, let us know your comments. You can always email me at news@potomaclocal.com. And if you have news tips, also send us a news tip. You can text us 571-989-1695. That number again, 571-989-1695 with your news tips. Or even if you just want to say hello, we always appreciate hearing from you. Have a great day.